Hello, good evening, everybody. Today we are going to learn some more Python programming. It will be definitely basic programming on Python. And in the next tutorial, we will be learning how to do unit tests using Python programming. All right, let's go to www.babulnakrek.com. This is my website, right? I just started designing and developing this site, and I will be working more couple of months to develop this site to make it more functional and more beautiful. So here, what we are offering as a courses. This is my blog. I just started, and definitely it will be a very rich blog. And here is our services. Actually, me and two other software engineer is working together, and they are working from China in collaboration with me. Um, and if you go here and click here, you can find about me. All right. I don't want to waste my time here though. Okay. Those who are interested, you can visit and read about me if you are interested. And that's all. So today we are going to learn some more basic programming on Python. Uh, let's move. I think I have note on Python. That is PowerPoint. Okay. Web programming with Python and JavaScript. I think this one. It's being open. It might take. Okay. Let's be introduced. Okay. Welcome. You are in web programming with Python and JavaScript course and software development in task automation Selenium with Python. I love Selenium with Python, and previously I worked with Selenium with Java programming. And let's be introduced. Hello everyone, it's Babul D. Nakrek. I'm Babul Nakrek, popularly known as Babul D. Nakrek. Yes, Babul D. Nakrek is my um, name that I use when I write on newspaper. Okay, and I'm super excited to be your instructor, mentor, and guide for this very course on Selenium with Python. And I am consultant, mentor, and guide in NIT. This is an online school in Bangladesh, but I teach from here uh, directly online from New York, USA. Okay, and I am teacher by choice, not by chance. I'm web programmer with Python and JavaScript. Actually, still I'm doing a course, web programming with Python and JavaScript, 100% online from Harvard University, and it's going to complete maybe next month or in March. Mm, I'm working on it, and I have completed two courses from New Code and Design Academy, and I attended in People and Tech, People and Tech USA, in an intensive course on software development lifecycle, and um, software testing, test automation with unified functional testing and Selenium. All right. Then I went to Tools QA. It's the course is conducted from jointly from London and India, and I completed a course on Selenium with Java. And I also attended a course on Selenium uh, from IntelliPod. It's completely online school. You can find it intellipod.com, I think. I forgot. Anyway, and I did research and attend many courses on Udemy and Skill Crush, um, on Coursera, and also Udacity. Last year, mm, I was awarded Google Developer Challenge Scholarship 2018, and it was amazing. Okay, now I already told you in brief who am I, and I'm really excited to share my knowledge on utest.com, on YouTube, and on Facebook too. All right. What is Python? I told you a little bit in the last class. Today we are going to um, refresh and recap on a very basic Python programming. Python is the most popular and complete programming language. Alright, it was created in 1991 by Guido van Rossum, and it has been developed and grown step by step, and it has become the number one programming language. Right now, Python is the number one programming language. Then in number two, definitely JavaScript. Then Java, C Sharp, C++, then PHP, Ruby, Perl, Golang, R, so many programming languages. Okay, but if you know Python, if you can learn Python, if you understand Python, you can pick up any language very quickly and very easily, because every language's logic is same, terminology is same, okay, but syntax is little different. If you can understand the difference uh, among the languages, especially the syntax, then you can pick up any language very quickly, very easily. I'm damn sure about it. Now, what is Python used for? Python is used for web development, especially server-side as a server-side programming language, for software development, for mathematics to calculate complex mathematics, for system scripting, for machine learning, for ethical hacking, for robotic engineering. Even if you want to code software for driving car without a driver, it is very possible. All right. I'm sorry. Sometimes I have to uh, be coughing because still I'm a little sick, and I have been suffering from bad cold and cough. Um, Now getting better, okay? What can Python do? Python can be used on a server to create web applications alongside software to create workflows to connect to database systems. So it can be used for handling big data for data science, and we can use to read and modify files, okay? And it is used for rapid prototyping or for production ready software development. All right, now why we will learn Python. Python works on different platforms like Windows, Mac, Linux, etc. Python has a simple syntax similar to the English language. Python has syntax that allows developers to write programs with fewer lines than some other programming languages like JavaScript, Java, PHP, Ruby, Perl, C++, C Sharp, and many other languages. Python runs on an interpreter system, meaning that code can be executed as soon as it is written, as we have seen in the previous classes. This means that prototyping can be very, very quick. Python can be treated in a procedural way, an object-oriented programming way, or a functional way. Okay, so the way you want Python is working. This is the advantage of Python programming. Now, it's good to know the most recent major version of Python is Python 3.7.2. We are using 3.7.2. This is the latest version that I'm using to show you how Python programming can be uh, conducted. Now, we will be using in this tutorial the latest version of Python, and that is I told you 3.7.2. Python 2 is not being updated with anything other than security updates. Still, Python 2 is quite popular. All right, many developers are still using Python 2. Python will be written in a text editor, and Python code can be executed with IDE. IDE, in the last class I told you IDE means Integrated Development Environment. It can be PyCharm, NetBeans, Eclipse, and some other more. Now, Python syntax compared to other programming languages, very simple, very short and sweet. Python was designed to for readability. It has similarities to the English language with influence from mathematics, and many say it's very similar to C sharp, and it was influenced from C sharp, C sharp language. All right. Python uses new lines to complete command, and opposed to the other programming languages which often use semicolons or parentheses. But in Python, we rarely use semicolons. Python relies on indentation. I repeat, Python relies on indentation, meaning indentation is must. Indentation is compulsory in Python programming language, where indentation is beautification in other programming languages. I hope this is very clear. Python relies on indentation, I repeat, using white space to define scope, such as the scope of loops, functions, and classes. Other programming languages often use curly brackets or curly braces for this purpose. Python installation. Many PCs and Macs will have Python already installed, especially the newly developed computers. To check if you have Python installed on Windows PC, search in the start bar for Python or run the following on the command line cmd :: /user / your name greater than Python -- version. To check if you have Python installed on a Linux or Mac, then on Linux open the command line, or on Mac open the terminal and type Python -- version. Okay, I think we can check here. Okay, I just type cmd, then press enter, and let me expand it, and I just will say Python -- version, and the command prompt is showing us Python 3.7.2 has been installed on my computer. Or if I just type Python, it will also show us what version of Python is on my machine. If I just write pip show Python, I'm not sure whether it cannot understand. Pip check Python. I'm not sure. Okay. File stdin line 1 pip check Python syntax error invalid syntax. Okay. Then how we can clean it? I just click CLS. It cannot understand. Okay. Then what I can do is I just can write exit, then parentheses, and enter. Exit. Yes, it has been exited. So in PC, we are writing Python -- version, and in Mac and Linux, we write Python -- version, the same. Okay, so again, I go to CMD. I can check what else we have. I say pip show Selenium, and it's going to show me. It's taking time. So name Selenium version is 3.141.0, and I can say pip is Python installation package manager, pip, and just I say freeze, and let's see what happens. And it's showing every version of the software that is on my machine. And if I just write pip check Selenium, and it says no broken requirements found, means everything is ready. Again, CLSY not working. Oh, now working now. Okay, great. Now pip pip I say uh, uninstall Selenium, and uninstalling Selenium 3.141.0. It's asking proceed yes or no. I say yes. Why? And successfully uninstall Selenium, the latest version. It is so simple and so quick. Then um, if we go to install it manually, it will take much longer time, especially when we are using Python, Selenium with Python. We don't need to do it manually. But if we are using Selenium with Java, then we have to install them manually, and it takes a lot of time. Maybe it will take like around 20 to 30 minutes to do complete setup of Selenium with Java. We have to install Java, then we have to set up, we have to do environment variable setup, we have to create a file path, and we have to download Eclipse, we have to download uh, Java Selenium jar, we have to download drivers, so many uh, so many tasks. But when we are using Selenium with Python, it is very easy. Now, if I say pip install update Selenium, and it will install it within a second. You see, collecting Selenium using case http colon slash slash files dot python hosted dot org, and installation collected packages Selenium successfully installed Selenium latest version. Sorry. You see, now we can check pip show Selenium. All right. Now we can say pip freeze, and it will show everything that are on my machine, on my computer. Okay. So I think it's now you have understood how we can install Selenium very easily using command prompt, and we can check whether Python is installed on our machines or not. Now, if you do not have Python installed on your computer, just go to http colon slash slash www.python.org. Now, when you use HTTPS, you don't need to use www. All right, and Python is free, it's open source. Good, right? Now, Python Quick Start. Python is an interpreted programming language. This means that as a developer, you write python.py files in a text editor and then put those files into the Python interpreter to be executed. The way to run Python file is like this. On the command line, just use the uh, the link up to your file path. I'll show you how to do it. Then just write Python and the file name .py, and it will be running even from the command prompt or command line. All right. Um, let's see where hello nit.py is the name of your Python file. Let's write our first Python file called hello neat.py, which can be done in the text editor. Okay, print hello narcrec it. Let's do it practically together, and output will be hello narcrec it. Okay, how we can do it? Let me open IDLE. I just type here ideally. If you have Python, then it will be showing on the top of this window. And just I click double here, and it will be popping up. I think it's working. It might take a couple of seconds, maybe. Okay, it's not coming. IDLE, IDLE. I press enter and it is here. Okay, now what we can do, we can just write 100 plus 120, press enter, and the result is 220. If I say A is equal to 200 and B is equal to 195, say 93, and I say C is equal to A plus B, and I just write print. Print is a statement, inbuilt statement of Python that works as a method. It can take action. And I just write here within the inverted comma. No, I just, so A is, let me explain. A is a variable. In the previous class, I told you variable is nothing but a container or a box where we store our data. So 200 is a data and it is integer. And A is a variable, it's a container where we store this data. And B is also a variable that can be varied. It can be Z, X, Y, Z. Okay, that is why it is called variable. It can be varied. And 193 is our data, another data, and we are storing these two data A plus B inside a C container or variable. Now if I just print A plus B, and it will be printing 393, or if I just print C, C is equal to A plus B, so it will be printing the same results, right? Or even you can say C is equal to A minus B, A minus B, okay? And you can print C, and it will be giving the result of A minus B, and result is definitely 7. All right, and again what we can do, we can say X equal to 1000 and y equal to uh, Python, and you can print x, and you can print y, okay? But you cannot say x plus y because x is integer and y is strings, all right? And strings always we write within the inverted commas, but in Python is a little flexible. It can be a single quote or double quote. Say for example, if I say again y, I override uh, y equal to Python, okay, single quote, and I say print y, and still it's working. So that's the beauty of this language. Okay, now let me give me an example of indentation. I told you earlier, indentation is must in Python programming, but it is just for beautification or clean coding in other languages like Java, PHP, Perl, C Sharp, C, Ruby, and JavaScript too. Okay, now let me give another example. Mm, Definitely CL is not working here, I'm sure. And if we write exit, it will be just exit uh, from the program. Exit from the text editor. Sorry. Now again, IDLE, I just click on enter and it is here. What we can do now, I was talking about indentation. It is must in Python. This is mandatory. I said compulsory. It's not optional. We have to follow the syntax. This is part of syntax. Indentation is part of syntax. It's a rule that you must follow if you want to execute your program. Okay. Now, say for example, if I say if, let me first use some variables. A is 5,000, say for example, and B is 4,500, say for example, and C is mm, A minus B, all right, and D is A plus B. All right. Now, if I say A is greater than, I can put a space or without space, that's fine. If A is greater than B, then colon, when I will press on enter, look very carefully, automatically the line will be indented. So it's not coming here, but it automatically comes here and stop the cursor right here because in Python indentation is compulsory. Indentation is must, okay? Or the program will not be executed. Let me show you. If A is greater than B, print A is greater than B, okay? A is greater than B. So it is true. So when the condition becomes true in if conditional statement within if block, this one, okay, if the condition is true, then within the if block statement will be printed. Okay, again, look very carefully. If A is greater than B, prints A is greater than B. Okay, single quote. Look, in Python, single quote and double quote as well working fine. Okay, and if I go here, okay, and I say else, again, look very carefully, syntax error. I'm not comfortable using Python shell. I see. Okay, uh, better another way I can show you. Maybe that will be fine. Uh, Usually I don't use it. I use always PyCharm, and I also use Python this shell also, but the other way. Let me show you how I use it. Just go to File, okay, New File. Click on New File, and New File will be open. Okay, so I write A is equal to 5,000. B is equal to 4,500. C is equal to A minus B. Okay, so I say print C, and result is not coming out. To execute this file, we have to save the file. But here in the Python shell, we don't need to do it. Okay, then again I say A, if A is greater than B, okay, I say print A is greater than B. Now what I can do, I can say else, okay, else, you see the indentation, okay, look very carefully, it's very important. So you have to understand it, or you will be in trouble when we will go to another tutorial, another step, when we will be moving forward, then you will find your programs are not being executed because you are not following the indentation rules. And in Python again, I repeat, I repeat, indentation is must. Indentation is compulsory. Indentation is mandatory. It's not optional like other languages. Okay, so else prints B is greater than A. Now look very carefully. A is 5,000, B is 4,500. Definitely A is greater than B. But if we make it first, let me run execute this program. for better understanding. Save as I say nit.py. mm, Better I say utest.py. Alright, where it is being saved, the Python file, um, this PC under desktop, in the name of the file is Python, and we save it. Okay, now what we can do, okay, we can run it. How we can run it? We can run from here. Run module. Okay, run module means run the program. Okay, and you see it's running, and sorry, and mm, the result is 500, and A is greater than B. A is greater than B. How? Unindented does not match any outer indentation level. Okay, this is in Python shell. Okay, now we can, what we can do is, this is the previous one, actually not the program we run. Okay, let me exit from this file for better understanding. So exit will not work here, I think. Yeah, it's working. Okay, now if I run this file again, let's see what happens. You see 500, and A is greater than B. Okay, A is greater than B, and we can say exit. Now uh, A is greater than B. Now what I said earlier, uh, if I make it B, uh, 45,000, say for example. Now which one is greater? B is greater, right? And A is 5,000 only. So 40,000 more with B. So if I run this now, you see, when it is just 4,500, A is greater than B. This block is being printed, because if A is greater than B, this condition is true. And when this condition is true, this block of code is being printed. But when this will be false, when the condition is not being met, the else block will be printed. Okay, again, look very carefully. Run module, and you see A is greater than B. But again, if I make it 45,000, now look, this block was printed. Now this block will not be printed, because now the condition becomes false. Run module, you see B is greater than A, so else is being printed. Okay, so now you can run this program or module from command prompt also. How? I just copy this one. I'm not sure whether I can copy it, but we can write it. CMD. Okay, so what I did, I go to CD, then write my file path, you just slash tether, then desktop slash Python. Okay, I'm taking this file path. My file is Python. Okay, and press enter, and my file path is here now. Now just I write Python. Okay, then name of my module or file is utest.py. If I press enter, you see the result is printed here, minus 40,000, and b is greater than a. All right, now if you just write Python, now you see Python shell, like Python shell like is active here. Now you can say a plus b. It's not working, sorry. It's actually not a plus b. A is 3, okay, and b is 20, and I can say c is equal to a plus b, and I can write print c, and the result is 50. Now you see I'm showing you like 5 different ways we can print our um, modules or our files. First, I showed you in the previous lecture how we can print our programs using PyCharm. Then secondly, I showed you how we can print our programs using Python shell. Then I showed you how we can open a new file from our Python shell and write a code here in the code editor and save the file and run it from this code editor. And finally, I have shown you the fourth way. I have shown you how we can uh, uh, run our uh, module or our programs from command prompt using the file path and the file name. And finally, the fifth way, I have shown you how we can use this command prompt just like the Python shell works. So I have shown you 5 ways. Okay, now this class is not for the expert programmers or the intermediate or advanced programmers. This Python tutorial is for the newbies who are planning or dreaming or wishing or willing to become a Python programmer, who never write a single code on their computer, so that they can follow step by step from the beginning and become intermediate programmer and fully level of programmer in Python. Alright. Again, today we are going to summer from this tutorial. Okay, we did it, right? Then exit command in Python. When you're done in the Python command line, you can simply type exit. Um, First bracket in um, Asian country, uh, and the British people they say first bracket, but in the USA we say it um, parenthesis. Okay, sorry. Now Python syntax, as I mentioned earlier, as we learned before, Python syntax can be executed by writing directly in the command line print parenthesis. Then if it is string, you have to use a double quote or single quote. Python is a little bit flexible, I told you. When you will print it, hello Nakrek IT will be printed without the quotation mark, or by creating a Python file using .py Python extension and running it in the command line. I have shown you already. And Python indentations, again, I repeat, where in other programming languages, the indentation in code is for readability, for clean coding, for beautiful purpose or purposes. But in Python, indentation is very important and it is must. It is mandatory. Okay, Python uses indentation to indicate a block of code. For example, um, 50 is greater than 20, print 50 is greater than 20. 50 is greater than 20, it is true, so it will be printed. If it is false, then next block will be printed, else, or elif. Okay, elif works as else if, that works in other programming languages, but in Python we say elif. Okay, now let me show you. If it is not, the slide said if it is not indented, okay, if it is not indented properly, then the program will not be running. It will say, what it will say, let's see. It say print b is greater than b, expected an indented block. You see, expecting indentation. So it's not running, it's not showing anything. But if you indent it, now it will be running smoothly. You see? So indentation is must, not optional, but compulsory. Okay? Mandatory. Uh, that I repeat because it's really important. Now, so it will print syntax error in PyCharm. Okay? Now, comment in Python. Python has commenting capability for the purpose of in code documentation, code explanation, okay? Or you can keep notes for the other developers or programmers who can understand your logic that will be explained inside the hashtag. Hashtag is indentation, sorry, hashtag is uh, commenting, or you can use docstring specially for commenting multi-line comments. Okay, comments start with hashtag and Python will render the rest of the line as a comment. Like this is a comment. Okay, let me show you. I can say indentation is must, compulsory, and mandatory in Python. Okay, you can say in other programming language it is not. Okay, now this indentation, okay, this indentation you can just highlight, then control press, it will be indented, and if you just highlight again and press control slash forward slash, it will be uncommented. Sorry, not indented, commented and uncommented. Okay, but here it will not be working. But if you work in PyCharm, then you will see. I can show you PyCharm maybe. PyCharm. It's opening. No, I think. Oh my goodness, it doesn't listen to me. PyCharm. Double click. PyCharm. Are you serious? Okay, I don't want to go from this screen, then I have to restart the PowerPoint. Okay, I'm not that expert. Docstring in Python. Okay, now what I'm telling docstring about docstring, like if you want to indent it, like you have to put three triple inverted commas, then you can just write here. Okay, you can write here. If you want to comment it multi-lines, you write here. Okay, and you will see it will be running. It will not cause any problem. You see it's running. But if you don't comment it, it will not be running. Say, for example, we are not commenting it, and see what it happens. It says traceback most recall recent call last. Da da da, name error, name indentation is not defined because we didn't comment a line. Alright? I think you understand. Now, Python variables, as I already discussed about variable. Variable is nothing but a container we have used in the examples. Container that holds or stores data. Okay, creating variable, unlike other programming languages, programming has no command for declaring variable. We don't need to declare what type of variable it is. Okay, what data type it is, we don't need to. Okay, so we can directly write x equal to 500, y equal to 475, z is equal to x plus y, then print x, y, z. Okay, I think you have understood. If you don't understand me, please let me know in the comment section and the YouTube so that I can explain it in the next class. Declaration of variables in Python. Variables do not need to be declared in any particular type or can even change type after they have been set. Okay, so this is commenting. Okay, A is for, B is theme. This is commented. X is now of type string. Str means string. And C is equal to A plus B. Print X. Actually, here it will be X. Okay, not C. uh, you can practice. Just stop the video tutorial, then just go to your computer and you can practice if you are new into programming. Okay, variable names in Python. A variable can have a short name like X and Y, or a more descriptive language name like age, car name, or total num, etc. Rules for Python variables. A variable name must start with a letter at least, or the underscore character. You can say underscore name. Okay, and a variable name cannot start with a number. You cannot start with 0 or 1, 3 or 10. Okay, it must start with a letter, a character. Okay, and variable name cannot start with a number. I told you a variable name can only contain alphanumeric. It can be alphabet and numeric characters and underscores. Variable names are case sensitive, so when you are writing age in small letters, but writing age, A is in capital letter, then it will definitely be two variable names, different names, not same. Like a age and age, these are three different ages. Okay. Excuse me. Output variable in Python print statement is often used to output variables. To combine both text and a variable, Python uses plus character. Plus character is not operator, okay? But in Python, plus is operator also. We will come to know in the later section. X is equal to, sorry, X is equal to beautiful, print ASCII and PALKI is X means ASCII and PALKI is beautiful. Okay, now let's see how does it work. So I want to delete it and I say um, A is 1000, B is like beautiful. Okay, I can say print A and say print ASCII and PALKI is plus B. Alright, now just run it and see. A is 1000 and ASCII and PALKI is beautiful. Now see, is beautiful has been printed together, not separately. Why? Because we didn't put any space here. When you print strings, you have to put a space. And in Python, it is called white space. Okay, now if you print it, now you will see it has been separated. Is and beautiful, you see. So again, you can write here intelligent. Okay, so now I can print like A plus B. Let's see what happens. Okay, invalid syntax. It says invalid syntax. Okay, what do we have to do? Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry, it's my mistake. What we can do, I can say C is equal to A plus B, and I just can say C. Okay, now it will run. Okay, now you see, ASCII and Palki is intelligent and beautiful. Okay, now so what we can do, we can program like this way. Okay, it's very simple and easy. I think you understand it. Then variable plus variable in Python, you can even uh, use a plus character, not operator here. Again, I repeat, uh, variable plus variable, like um, X Python is, Y is awesome, so I store X plus Y means Python is awesome inside Z variable, and I print Z. Okay, I think you understood it. Okay, plus in Python, plus character works as a mathematical operator. Okay, so here I have shown you earlier at the very beginning. I think you can recollect it. Combining string and number in Python. Now, if you try to combine a string and a number, as I told you before, Python will give you an error. Example is x equal to 500, y equal to Wally, print x plus y, and it will show you type error. Okay, unsupported. Okay, so numbers in Python. Now, there are three numeric types in Python. Okay, one is integer, another one is float. Float is decimal, integer is complete number. Okay, and complex is combination of integer and a character. Okay, like this is integer, the complete number, and this is decimal, is floating. Okay, this means you have decimal, then 10j is 10 is integer and j is character. Okay, so verifying object type in Python, this is new to us. I didn't discuss about it earlier. So keep in mind, you have to practice a little bit verifying object type in Python. You don't need to understand what type of data it is, 100, what type of 100 data is, what type of data is 100, or what type of 10.5 is. what type of data you don't need to remember. Even in Python, you can verify the type of any object in Python. And please remember, please do remember, in Python, everything is an object. Okay? I repeat, in Python, everything is an object. Okay? So how we can verify? You can write print type then x the variable, and it will show you the result. What type of data is x? Means 100. It's integer, right? And it will tell you the data type. Print type y, it will show this one. Now let me show you. Mm, let me delete it. So I say x equal to 5,000. I love to write a bigger number, you know. I don't love writing 10, 20, 50, 5, 2, 15. I love 5,000, 10,000, 50,000. Okay, now y is equal to, say, for 10,000. Okay, all right, and xyz is equal to, uh, let me make it a little more, 50,000. Okay, and this is 10,000. Let make it 40,000. Sorry. And y is x minus z is x minus y, and let me give it floating number. And y is 50,000 k, say for example. Okay, and now I write print. Okay, print x, then print y, then I print z, say for example. Now I write, let's run it first. You see, it says invalid number. It is because we are storing this data in a variable that cannot hold because it is complex. Okay, now how we can check it? How we can check it? The data type. You see, print type then x. So we can write and put